I know this is another video on everyone's favorite subject, Dustin Nunn. Just, someone who's got so many great points, just so many great points on his channel, I've never seen someone with so much, evidence provided, such good evidence, such good reasoning skills, such good arguing skills, such good just everything, dude. I mean, this guy literally could convince anybody to join his side. He's almost like a cult leader. He's that effective. And if a clip like this doesn't convince you right here, then I don't know what will.
Why it should be banned from the internet, and how I feel about it. One, I'll give you three good reasons. And these are the only reasons I can come up with. Reason number one, should be a private thing behind closed doors. And two, it needs to be removed from the internet completely.
I mean, just such good argument skills that I don't even know what could be better. I mean, literally using your argument itself as one of your reasons. Who would have ever thought of that? I never thought of that. It's so effective. I myself, have changed my opinion on this issue thanks to this guy. Just kidding, this guy is a complete fucking moron and has some of the worst takes I've ever seen on the internet and some of the worst arguing skills I've ever seen on the internet. Ever at all. And I don't even know how the hell this guy managed to fall into me, Damien, and Steve Trowbridge and everybody else's lap basically as of material. He originally, how this guy showed up on a lot of people's radar is through Damien, through other sources as well, but if Damien was the guy that this guy started commenting on, he started commenting on his channel about UTF and everything, and saying how, he's apparently a POS because of his political views and not because, of any particular things that, had to do with Damien or anything like that, how he treated Damien or his fans or just anybody like that. And, this isn't really going to be a video about UTF in particular, but, it kind of involves him in a way, considering he was mentioning him in a video that was about UTF, saying how he hated his political views and that's why he doesn't associate with them. Just really great reasons for not liking somebody I know. But yeah, it couldn't be the fact that UTF has kind of taken a shit on a lot of his former fans and everything, and like Thrash Metal Guru, you go into him and he'll tell you a lot of that too. He'd tell you how he basically stabbed him in the back and acted like they were never friends to begin with when they were. And again, this isn't going to be a video really talking much about UTF because I don't really talk about him much anymore. I used to be a fan of his. I haven't really watched him in years. His taste kind of got sour to me after a while, growing up especially. His taste his flavor got quite sour to me growing up, with how just, in his own opinions he is and unwilling to accept different opinions, but we're not going to get into that too much. And again, I'm not going to say UTF is as far gone as Dustin Nunn is, because Dustin Nunn I think is a lot more of a far gone person than UTF is. And UTF, let's be honest, UTF is smarter than Dustin Nunn is by quite a bit. Okay, you look at both their videos and you can tell who's the smarter one out of them. I mean, sure, UTF may have his flaws, but at least he's not a low IQ, just mooch off his parents. I mean, UTF, he does have his issues for sure with, being unable to really find happiness and purpose a lot of the time, which, whatever. But, Dustin Nunn is unwilling to change anything about himself. UTF might be willing to change a bit about himself, possibly, I don't know. He seems like the type that might. But, Dustin Nunn is not the type at all. He is so caught up in his own opinions and just completely disregards anybody who dares say anything negative about him whatsoever. And that's one of the big flaws with him, along with the many others, along with the many other things I'll mention, is he's completely unwilling to accept any different opinions from his own. You dare tell him, hey, maybe just you might be wrong in this one thing, in particular about, gay rights and abortion and all that stuff in particular. You dare even say in a nice way, hey, dude, you might be wrong on this, do a little bit of research on these things. And at the end of the day, with especially the whole gay thing in particular, how does this affect your life in any way, shape, or form? How does them having rights affect you in any way, shape, or form? And he'll just ignore you, disregard you, block you, or to call you an asshole in one of his videos or whatever, his community posts, and, you know, just completely disregard anything you said. You know, the guy just is so self-centered and stuck in his own head because, you know, clearly he was coddled by his parents and told that everything he said and done was right. He's never been wrong. You know, this is clearly one of those people, judging by the way he acts online. I think the fact that, you know, the only people this guy probably sees that often are his parents, like, you know, and has a personal connection with. He doesn't have any girlfriend or really any friends that I know of. You know, even online, he doesn't even really have any friends, you know, besides maybe like 1 or 2 accounts that oddly agree with him on like absolutely everything. So it's clear to see, like, you know, he hasn't really had much interaction with people who disagree with him on much, or really any connections on a personal level, rather, with people who disagree with him on many things. And I think this is where a lot of, you know, the arrogance stems from a lot of the, you know, confirmation bias stems from, is because, you know, he was always surrounded by people that he agreed with, and, you know, instilled his ignorant beliefs into his head that, you know, gay people were some sort of work of Satan, that, you know, are abominations to mankind, and, you know, all that shit, and they need to be sprinkled with holy water, and they're less than straight people, and all this stuff. And he even admits in his own videos that, you know, he only makes friends with people he agrees with on everything. You know, there's this clip right here that will show that.
But me, on the other hand, I don't make friends with atheists. I'm just not that kind of person who does that. I make friends with those who have the same political views as me and has the same religious views as me.
I mean, just clips like that right there just already go to show you what type of an ignorant person this guy is, and how caught up he is in his own BS 24/7. And, you know, whatever happened to those days where you could disagree with one of your friends on some little thing, and, you know, you could still be friends with them, like, you know, you might disagree with them on economics or something, or some shit like that, or whatever, but you still are their friend regardless, or, you know, they voted for somebody that you didn't like, or whatever. Whatever happened to those days where you could simply just be friends with them still, and just not happen to agree on those things? But Dustin Nunn, you know, that wasn't really instilled into his head as a kid, clearly. He was clearly told, oh yeah, anybody that's outside of our little bubble you don't want to associate with. And, you know, I think this kind of went into him being sheltered as well, because he was told, oh yeah, all those people that disagree with us, you know, they're the wrong ones, you know, they're bad people, you know, you don't want to associate with them. And, you know, that made him how he is today, which goes to show, you know, his parents are partially to blame too for his ignorant BS that he spews 24/7, along with his arrogant attitude that goes along with it. And, you know, this brings me into another point. You know, they coddled this dude so much, clearly. They told him, oh yeah, you could never do any wrong, you know, there's nothing wrong with you, everything you do is right, you know, you're a special little angel. You know, this particular, I think, is why, you know, he doesn't have a job, he hasn't had a job ever in his life, he has no experience at anything at all, outside of just sitting on his ass 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and having the audacity to try to say, you know, he's a wholesome person, you know, he's right on everything, you know, he's so based. You know, all those people telling him to get a job, and, you know, his opinions are ignorant, you know, they're the wrong ones, right? You know, they're the ones that are assholes, they're the ones that are in the wrong. It's clearly not the guy who literally has said openly in his videos that, you know, gay people shouldn't be allowed to have rights, abortion should be illegal in all 50 states and everywhere in the world, porn should be banned from the internet, and all these opinions are because they hurt his little sensibilities and his little religious feelings. You know, this guy is literally the epitome of a self-centered, narcissistic, lazy, dirt potato loser who literally does nothing of any worth with his life at all, and just sits online all day whining, bitching about people saying stuff that he doesn't like, or saying how gay people shouldn't have rights, you know, abortion should be illegal, this, that, and the other thing, porn should be banned, and all that other garbage he spews all the time. To all the people that, you know, just happen to stumble across this guy's channel, watch one video or two, don't really know much about him, trust me, this guy is not worth your time, dude. He is not worth getting that upset over, or thinking, you know, maybe there's something wrong with me if you are gay or whatever, or trans or whatever. you know, if you happen to stumble across this guy's channel, you know, don't take him seriously. I mean, really. I mean, like Damien said, you know, a guy who literally does stuff like this in his videos over criticism, is this really the guy you want to take seriously right here?
I am sick and fucking tired of losing my temper over fucking assholes who impersonate me. I am sick and fucking tired of it.
I mean, yeah, that should show you right there, you know, this guy is a very, very immature person, and not the type of person you want to take seriously on, like, anything, because he has no good takes, along with being an immature man-child man-baby. And, you know, this guy should really leave the internet, like I said in my other videos, and, you know I said I wasn't really going to make much more videos about the subject, but, you know, I thought I'd do an official, like, video, just to, you know, talk about everything wrong with this guy that I could think of, you know, in one video. And, you know, this definitely shows it, I think, pretty well. And I think so far I've explained myself pretty well in this video on why this guy is really, you know, not worth taking seriously at all. And, you know, if you are someone of the LGBT community, of course, or whatever, and you happen to stumble across this guy's channel and come across some of his dumb takes, you know, just remember, that video I just showed, you know, that goes to show this guy, you know, don't take him seriously, dude. He's just some loser mooching off his parents, thinking his opinions are gospel, doing nothing with his life. You know, this guy is not the type of person you want to take seriously on these types of things at all, because he doesn't know anything of what he's talking about. He provides no evidence on, like, anything he says. It's just, oh yeah, it's this way because I say so, or in the case of that one video, and many others, you know, about, you know, where he wanted porn to be banned from the internet, he said, oh yeah, it should be banned because it should be banned. He's done that plenty of times. You know, he's just, you know, made just a point and not even went into further detail, used no sources or anything, used no real argument other than, you know, oh yeah, it does this, the end. You know, it's this way because I say so. And then blocking anybody who dares to say that his opinions are wrong and that he's wrong on anything. You know, this is why Dustin Nunn should not be taken seriously, and why he is as much of a laughingstock as he is to so many people. This is why right here, and this is why I'm making an official video on this. So, Dustin, you know, seriously, I mean, like I said in many times, get a job. For the love of God, get a job. And learn how the world works. Learn, you know, that not everybody is going to be exactly like you all the time. In fact, there's going to be a lot of people you encounter that have differences than you on all sorts of things, and that's just the way the world works, dude. And people have a right to make criticisms on you, and I know you may comment on this video saying GFY like you did on, you know, 2 of my other posts and videos or whatever, but, you know, dude, you should be listening to us more than anything. Even if we are kind of mocking you in a way, you should be taking something from it, that, hey, maybe these people are right on certain things. Maybe they're right on the fact that, you know, maybe I should get a job especially. That's like the biggest thing you should do, is get a job and stop voicing ignorant opinions. You know, voicing ignorant opinions comes second, but, you know, getting a job comes first and foremost. And we're not just coming after you for no reason, dude. We're coming after you because, 1, you voice ignorant opinions, and 2, you have admitted to being a lazy, entitled bum. And that's just the way it is, dude. And when you do those things, people have the right to not agree with that and criticize it and whatever. That's just the way the world works, you know? People may not like my channel. I know there's a few people that don't like my channel, but do you see me whining about it 24/7? No, I don't, because I don't give a shit. Those people can have whatever opinion they want. I can't control other people's opinions. I know you don't like my channel, obviously, because, you know, obviously I've gotten under your skin a little bit with some of the, you know, videos I made, you know, kind of just parodying you and, you know, stuff like that. But take something from some of my points and Damien's points and, you know, everybody else, you know, that's made videos on you. Take some of their points to heart, for the love of God. I mean, I know you probably won't, but, you know, this is just a last-ditch effort, too. Honestly, I'm at the point where, you know, what else much is there to say about this guy at this point? So, I don't know, this might be the last video. I know I said, you know, last video was the last one, but I just kind of got this idea in mind to, you know, just do a video summing up everything wrong with this guy. in like 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna probably end this video now because this video is going on a lot longer than I intended. So yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace out.